the world of in the world of gaming, or in the world of NFTs, for example. So, I was a bit of an NFT skeptic for many years, and even though I personally was a skeptic, and we didn't focus it in on this work in the foundation, we did see a lot of interesting projects coming from the ecosystem. So this is like a grassroots activity, the whole NFT space. And now we have a huge, awesome marketplace in Stellar. It's called Lightmint for NFTs on Stellar. We're really excited about it. We recently worked with the CEO of Lightmint on building this interoperable standard, so that other chains or other wallets can also connect to this marketplace. So we're seeing a lot of grassroots activity, and eventually, I think that, like, the point where it really clicked for me was, there's this company on the network called Leaf Global. And Leaf Global, what they do is they use tokenized assets to help refugees fleeing from specific countries. And it's a really interesting use case because crossing a border with a lot of money is actually very dangerous. So if you can tokenize your assets before crossing the border, and not travel with a lot of cash on you, then that's something that's really beneficial. So we've seen interesting collaborations like Lightmint, this NFT marketplace, working with Leaf Global on having refugee artists issue NFTs on Stellar through Lightmint. So you have this really interesting intersection where financial inclusion, meets this, artist marketplace. So we're really excited about this.
Yeah, that is really interesting. Do you guys want to help try and cultivate that more? Do you want to see more NFTs on Stellar, or is that really just a niche grassroots, type of movement that's just happened randomly?
We're really interested in seeing it growing. So we actually have been, our DevRel team has been starting an NFT workshop series, which we gave the first instance of in South by Southwest a couple of weeks ago. The DevRel team is actually heading towards Paris, to Paris Blockchain Week, and they're doing another instance of this workshop. So we're really putting a lot of effort into, like, we realize that we don't have all the answers, and we just want to collaborate with the ecosystem. So we've seen this thing that's working. We want to help people continue building on that.
Are there fees associated with minting an NFT on Stellar?
Yeah, so like any operation on Stellar, there's an XLM fee associated with it.
Hmm.
The fees are very low right now; they're like a fraction of a cent. So it's not even, it's not comparable to the things you see in other networks where you need to spend tens of dollars, sometimes even hundreds, to issue an NFT.
Yeah, just to transfer an NFT on Ethereum cost me like $120, which is absolutely insane. Imagine if you're trying to price something between $10 $20 and allow everyone access to it, but you can't afford to do it because it costs 10 times the amount. Do you ever see that becoming an issue on Stellar? If there's a lot of people jumping in wanting to create NFTs and write smart contracts, would there ever be a fee issue, or do you think it's scalable enough that that's not likely?
I think right now it's scalable enough where it's not an issue, but it is something that we're putting a lot of emphasis on. And I think that if you look at the bigger cryptocurrency ecosystem, then we talk a big talk about equitable access. But if you need to pay $100 transaction fees to move an asset, then we have a serious accessibility issues, a serious accessibility issue with blockchain. So we're really focused on that. And even as we're building smart contracts, we want to make sure that smart contracts don't cannibalize the capacity of the network. Like the classic example that we saw back in 2018 was when CryptoKitties took over the Ethereum network. And to be honest, specifically in 2018, CryptoKitties is one of the best things that happened to Stellar, because we just like had companies calling us saying, "Hey, we wanted to build on Ethereum, but CryptoKitties, so we want to build on
Hmm.
Stellar now," because uh, it's really frustrating to build like a serious application on the network, and then have some sort of like an overhyped project, that's completely unrelated to your project, effectively take over the entire bandwidth. So we want to make sure that things like payments and asset issuances, which are the core factors of like the we see for equitable access, we want to make sure these remain cheap. So you can think of it kind of like the kind of like a toll road where you have lanes that are for cars, and then you have lanes for trucks. So I think of smart contracts as like the trucks. They have like their own lanes. They need to pay much more fees, but they don't block the entire road for people that want to take their Peugeot across the bridge.